So today I fancied having a little play around with some eyeliner, and I've seen quite a few people recently do like a double wing, so you have like a wing underneath as well, and I really like the way that looks, so I thought I'd give that a go today and just have a little play around. And literally as I was about to start filming, this arrived in the post, which I'm very excited to try. I've been wanting to try it for ages, and then suddenly everyone's talking about it again, and I think it's on offer at the moment, so I was like, I'm gonna get it. So perfect timing. I can try it out and let you guys know what I think about it. I've also finally tidied my eyebrows up a little bit. It's been well overdue, so they're looking a little bit tidier. Jamie's also doing some work in the bathroom today. He's just had to pop out to like grab some bits. He might be back before I finish filming, so I apologise in advance if you hear a load of noise and drills and all of that, because there's not much I can do, I'm afraid. So I'm going to start off with my eyes today. I'm going to use the P. Louise base. I recently saw an interview with Mitchell from Made by Mitchell, and I didn't realise that he was actually part of this originally, and then she took his name off or something, I don't know, but I was like, that's a little bit, I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm just gonna blend that out, bringing that up to my brow bone. Does anyone else get a little bit sore like on their brow bone when they've plucked their eyebrows? I don't know if it's just because it's been so long that they were really bad, but just, yeah, it's a little bit sore. I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette. It's Revolution Pro Nude on Nude palette, and it's one of my favourites. I'm going to start off with this shade here, and on a nice big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to run that all across my lid, focusing mainly on the outer corner and like the crease area. I want to leave this bit with no eyeshadow on for now. Also, you're going to have to ignore the giant head that I'm growing on my chin. I woke up this morning and it was just there. So yeah, we're going to try and cover that later, hopefully. And I'm going to go in with this lighter brown shade in the palette, and I'm going to pop that on my outer corner and bring that into my crease a little bit as well. I was going to wash my makeup brushes and do like a little organize my makeup area video, but the water's gonna be off soon, so I don't think I'm actually gonna be able to do that, which is a little bit annoying. I'll just have to make sure I try and get it done next week or something. I've just realized that I think I actually had some dark eyeshadow on this brush, because this has gone a lot darker than that shade usually would, so clearly I do need to wash my brushes, but that's fine. We're just gonna go with it. I was going to go in with this brown shade, but I don't know if I need to now, to be honest. It might be alright like this, I don't know. I'm going to go back in with this big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend out the edges, and then we'll see how it looks. You know, I actually think that's okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. But obviously, if you have clean brushes and you're like doing something similar, then obviously just go in with a darker shade to build up that colour if you want it a bit darker. So I am going to dip into this Beauty Bay palette. It's the Bright 2.0 palette, and I'm going to use the white shade in this. This is the only palette that I've actually got just a pure white eyeshadow. So I'm going to put that on like this little brush. I'm going to pop that on the inner corner of my lid and brighten up that area kind of like that. I'm going to keep this as a like matte look, so I'm not going to put any glitter or anything in here, so we want to really brighten up that inner corner with the white. And just go back in with the fluffy brush, just make sure it's all blended. I'm just going to pop a little bit of micellar water on this cloth and just clean up under my eyes, and also just clean this area up a little bit, make it a little bit sharper. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for eyes for now. So I'm going to try this out. I'm very excited. It's probably got one of those stoppy bits in it. Let's get this off if I can. Why? Oh, it's bent my nail. Oh, I hate that. I have such thin nails as my nail file. That grosses me out so much. I need to get some nails back on so that I don't bend my own nails, because it's just gross. There we go. I tried to get this in Superdrug the other day. I didn't have this exact one, and this is the one that I've been seeing a lot about. So if you don't know what it is, it's a hydrating milky toner and it's got snow mushroom and hyaluronic acid in. Purifies and preps skin, improves skin moisture barrier. So it sounds really good and everyone's like raving about it. So I've seen videos where people are just putting it like on their hands and rubbing it in. I don't have any cotton pads or anything to use it that way, so I'm just gonna have to go straight in and whack it on my hands. Oh, it's a lot thicker than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a lot more runny, like liquidy than that. Under my eyes. It feels nice. It feels very nice on the skin. Bring that down my neck a little bit as well. Right, I'm just gonna let that like sink into my skin and dry off before I put anything else on top of it. So I'm then going to go in with my moisturiser. This is the vitamin E moisturiser from Superdrug and this has SPF 15 in it, so that's always a good little extra. It's such a beautiful day again, like it's actually feeling like spring at the moment. It's still a little bit chilly, which is disappointing, and it always deceives me. Every time I go out I'm like, oh, it's nice and sunny, and then I get outside and I'm like, I should have worn another layer. My skin is looking a little bit more glowy than it usually would just after putting moisturiser on. Give my skin a nice glow, and we're going to add even more because this is the vitamin E hydrating mist from Superdrug again, and I've really been loving this at the moment. So just put a few sprays of that on. I just realised I just put that over my eyeshadow. I've never done that before. I forgot that I'd done my eyes, so hopefully that will be okay. I did see somewhere that you can put it, I think it was like a Superdrug video on TikTok or something, and it did say something about like you can put it over makeup, but I might have to just like go over my eyeshadow with a bit of powder or something just to make sure it's like matte and everything. So I'm going to go with primer. This is the Primark Prep and Perfect primer. All of these products are like really moisturizing and everything. It gives you a very nice base for your makeup. Unless you are one of these people that likes a like truly matte base, then maybe it's not for you. But if you like a bit more of a glowy base, then I'm going to go in with my SPF now. So this is from Bondi Sands and it's the SPF 50. It's tinted, so that's why I put my primer on first. Just makes sense in my head to do it that way. Every time I put this on I get scared and think it just looks like I've put a bad fake tan on, but it does blend out when you rub it in. You just got to keep rubbing it in. So for foundation I'm going to use the Collection Hydra Serum Foundation, and this also goes with the Collection Lasting Perfection Hydrating Serum, and I've got them both in the shade Fair 5. So I'm going to pop a bit of this on the back of my hand. There is some in there, come on. Oh, there we go. It just didn't want to come out. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that on my face before I blend it out. Try and cover up this bad boy. I've got another one there as well. And then I'm just going to use a big fluffy foundation brush and just blend all of that out. I've not used all these products with this foundation yet, so very interesting to see what they look like, because the foundation also has hyaluronic acid in it and it says it's a lightweight foundation. I feel like that's a good combo for like glowy, dewy skin. Okay, so my skin is looking pretty good at the moment. I'm impressed with how all of that's working together. So I'm going to move on to contour, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow contour, and just going to put that in all the usual contour places. A little bit on my nose, a little bit here, and a little bit under my lip. And then I'm going to go in with this quite dense angled brush, and I'm just going to blend all of that out. I don't put contour under here very often, but when I do, I quite often forget to blend it out because like I just don't see it. So I'm going to move on to the concealer, the Lasting Perfection Hydrating Concealer, and I'm going to pop that under my eyes. I absolutely love this concealer. It's £5 and it's The only concealer that, for me personally, I found that doesn't crease under my eyes like a lot of them do. I think because it's so hydrating and it's not too heavy either, it's like the perfect under eye concealer. I'm going to use this little concealer brush and I'm just going to blend everything out. Why is my nose so itchy? I wonder if I've got hair. I feel like I've got hair on it. I'm going to do my under eyes and then I'm going to leave my spot till last. Hopefully it'll build up a bit of coverage and cover it a bit better. Carve the eyeshadow out a little bit, just so it's a little bit more sharp on that edge. Okay, let's try and cover these. Just gonna lightly blend it out so we don't lose too much coverage. And then I'm just gonna go back in with my foundation brush and just blend out those edges. I actually forgot to do eyeliner. The whole point of this look was to do eyeliner and I didn't do any eyeliner. What an idiot. Well, I'll have to go back in and do eyeliner in a minute. So for blush, I'm going to use the W7 Cheeky Dip. This is in the shade Lustful. And it's just got like a little spongy end. Put a little bit on my nose. And I'm going to blend that out with this little flat blush brush. And then I'm going to use the Glow Milk Liquid Highlighter from the Beauty Crop. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the back of my hand and then just go back in with my blush brush and just go over the top of that blush and blend it all in together. Onto powder, I'm going to use the Revolution Translucent Baking Powder. Both my powder puffs are really dirty, so I'm just going to have to go with the least dirty one and just make sure that I don't have any creasing. Set that area. This always makes my nose run. I think it's like patting around here. It just sets my nose off every time. I'm gonna set my chin with this as well, especially around that spot area and some of my forehead as well. And then I'm just gonna go over everywhere with my powder brush. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of powder blush and I'm using the, I don't want to move it because like it's propped up against the tripod, so I feel like it's just going to ruin everything, but I'm using it as a mirror at the moment. It's the P. Louise, hang on if I can see my first blush palette, I don't know, it's just like a big blush palette basically. Okay, so I'm just going to run some of the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tintage out through my brows and just leave my brows at that. I think that's kind of all I really need to do. Okay, onto eyeliner. The whole reason we're here. I'm going to use the MUA Control Freak eyeliner. I'm going to try and follow the line of the eyeshadow, although I don't know if I want it. I'm just going to do my best and see what happens. I'm just going to start with making a line there and then connecting it up from here. I feel like the shape of eyeliner that I've done might not work with the double wing. I feel like I should have brought it down a bit more lower, but we'll see. It might look okay. That's the whole point of this though, is just to have a play around and see what works and see what doesn't. And that is very much what I want this channel to be about, to be honest, is not taking it too seriously, just having a play around, learning new things, possibly teaching somebody that has no idea about makeup something new, and yeah, just having fun with it and not taking it too seriously. So I'm gonna do the same again there and then connect it up. Oh, my hand's a bit shaky. And then fill in the gaps. They don't really match either, but that's fine. It's all good. No! I'm gonna have to bring that in slightly because that's annoying. I should have done this before I did the rest of my makeup because then I could have cleaned it up easier, but that's just not gonna happen now. Okay, that's the eyeliner. It is much bigger than I intended it to be, but it's fine. So for underneath, I'm gonna go in with this brown, light brown shade that we used, and I'm just gonna use like a flat brush for that. And I'm gonna start off just running that along my lower lash line. And rather than bringing it up and following my lash line, I'm gonna slightly bring it out. Do you see? I don't know if you can see that. But just bring it out slightly. Not as far as the other wing, but just a little bit like that. Okay, and then I'm going to dip into that darker brown shade. And I'm just going to build on that. And bring that out to that second wing. I did get my brown pencil liner out, but I don't actually think I need it. I think that might ruin it a little bit and make it look a little bit worse. Not that it looks great now, but it looks okay. And I think it'll look better once I've got mascara on. That always makes such a difference. Okay, I'm gonna set everywhere before I do mascara, so I'm gonna use the Rimmel Multitasker setting spray. I was going to try and film 2 videos today, and for a while I was doing 2 videos on a Wednesday because Wednesday's my day off and when I try and film and everything. So I was going to try and do another video today, but I've been really struggling recently and my fibromyalgia has been quite up and down, so I was a bit annoyed with myself because I was doing really well with getting the 2 videos done and then getting them both edited and ready to go. And I've kind of like fallen off that a little bit, which is frustrating, but then at the same time I need to prioritize how I'm feeling, and right now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, once I'm done here, I think I need to rest and not put pressure on myself to do that other video, because at the end of the day I've got one done. Like that's an achievement. So yeah, it might just be one video for a little while, but we'll see. I'll try and throw in the odd other video here and there, but my schedule's been a bit all over the place as well with like Monday or Tuesday uploads, but again, that's just me not feeling well enough to edit and everything. So you will hopefully continue to get a video a week, at least one, but I'm doing my best. So I'm going to use the Rimmel Thrill Seeker mascara. Let's get some of that on. I've just noticed a little bit of creasing, and I think that is from where I used the hydrating mist. I've got a bit of creasing on my lids, which I never usually get. Not like this. So I'm just gonna try and fix that with some eyeshadow. Hopefully that will do it. Back to mascara. I don't know why it's going a bit clumpy today. It doesn't usually go clumpy. For lips, I'm going to use this little MUA combo. So this is the MUA Intense Colour Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Obsession. That needs sharpening. Let me do that quick. So yeah, this is such a nice lip liner. And it's only like £2 or £3. It's great. And then this is the MUA Satin Sheen Lip Stylo, and this is in the shade Heroic. Again, I think this is like £3 or £4. And it's just such a nice combo. Pat, blend it all together. And that is everything. Let me know what you think. The eyeliner didn't quite go how I had planned it, but that's fine. it's just a bit of fun, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with it. I think it looks really cool and I'm feeling very glam for a Wednesday afternoon. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos in the future. I promise there will be some regularity and schedule at some point, but you're just gonna have to bear with me for now. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye! My nose is dripping.